part of it. I
Right.
know you've had some limited exposure to this case.
Yeah, very limited.
Well, and most recently, I mean, I think the one exposure you did have was that Ms. Rice had come and you had signed an ex parte restraining order against Ms. Hubble from going to school, which was about in August, September, and then she shows up in court and says she's dropping the restraining order, and then she told the school, well, she can't go to school anyway, so then I wasn't involved at that point. I got involved. She filed this motion. Ms. Hubble filed this response asking alternative relief, and we have witnesses subpoenaed. We appeared in front of
Are they
Rosenberg.
here?
Nobody's here. I just
I
called
mean, your
them.
witnesses aren't here yet.
My witnesses are here, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we continue their subpoenas. And, I mean, because it's gonna, I mean, this, obviously, you know, this is something that is in it puts everybody in a hard position,
Well, this is unacceptable. I want attorney's fees for preparing for this motion and showing up today. These witnesses appeared in front of Rosenberg, and then he wouldn't hear it because he needed more time, so
Right.
we specially set it in front of
Here,
you.
yeah.
And here's the problem, is he's cutting mom off. He's cut mom off from seeing the child.
Right.
Now, DCS, there was supervised visits approved for September and October. He refused to cooperate. According to, if you go back and look at Judge Callaway's order from October 2015, mom was to have 2 months of supervised visits, which she did in July and August. And the order says that if, it's a little loose language, but basically saying that then she gets unsupervised visits so long as she no longer needs supervised visits, but it's only really kind of left up to the discretion of the supervisor, and he's refused to do that. And then he refused to even do supervised visits. So we can't just go on, and that's basically what's in her response. I mean, this has to be resolved. I mean, I
Right.
think we need to issue a show cause order for
Well,
Ms.
I mean-
Rice and her client to appear.
I mean, the problem is, we issue a show cause, it's gonna wind up being about the same time that everything's already set in front of the judge.
Nothing's set in front of the judge.
Well, it says here that there's a motion set for December 20th with Judge Callaway.
Yeah, but it's not a hearing. We are not, and you know Judge Callaway's not gonna take any
Right.
testimony on
Right.
the motion docket, and then we're into January.
Well, I mean,
And I have a contempt hearing pending against the father that's set the 21st, and we're not continuing that.
right. What do I have on the morning of the 22nd? Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. What I can do is this. I'm gonna, I can't go forward today, and it's certainly not your fault. I'm gonna hold the 22nd. So there'll be court time that I can hear anything that needs to be heard, you know, and so y'all will go ahead on the 20th with Judge Callaway, and we'll let her know, and you'll let her know if we need to hear anything. I've got the 22nd that we can hear it. You know, that time is reserved because we won't set anything.
Well, so this needs to be heard.
Right,
I mean,
but what I'm
she's
saying
not-
is, what I'd rather do is since there's already something in front of Callaway, let the judge make the determination how she wants to deal with it, you know, from that standpoint, and let her, and then whatever, I mean, anything else that she wants me to hear on the 22nd, we can hear on the 22nd.
Okay, so can I prepare an order that we appear today and that Your Honor has available for an evidentiary hearing? You have December the 22nd available for an evidentiary hearing unless Judge Callaway decides it shouldn't be heard? I mean, I would put some order down that says that we've got that.
that I have reserved the morning of the 22nd for an evidentiary hearing on any matters that Judge Callaway deems need be heard. Immediately.
Okay.
So if you, so what I'll do is I'll put it, and what I will do is I'll put it in my decree. I'll send it on over to her clerk and basically say that after, at that hearing on the 20th, she'll make a determination of what matters she wants me to hear on the 22nd. And
Okay.
so, you know, like, and that way, it sort of deals with the issue of, well, if you've struck your motion, but there's other relief requested, and, you know, so the way I'll word it in here is that Judge Callaway will determine what issues need to have an evidentiary hearing on the 22nd, and then we'll hear it on the 22nd.
Okay, all right, and can I just submit an order too?
Sure, if you want to, but I'm gonna write it all up here in the decree. If you want to wait about 10 minutes,
Okay,
I'll have a copy for you and say you have to, you know.
all right, so we have witnesses under subpoena.
Right, so what we'll do is, we'll say the subpoenas will continue to the 22nd unless you're notified otherwise.
I will not be in town.
Okay, and you are the,
I'm representing the school, Gower.
okay,
I can share the information or give it to them.
okay, Ms. Riley, have you had a chance to talk with her yet?
Yeah, but I mean, the records would be hearsay. I mean,
Well,
so-
I mean, are all you need are the records? Is she just appearing as the custodian of the record, or is she appearing as a fact witness?
Well, she is a fact witness.
Okay.
unfortunately.
What other times you're leaving when, ma'am?
17th to the 24th.
Okay. Good. Okay. Are you, and I hate to do this to you, are you somewhere you might be available by phone? No.
Cruise ship with no Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Oh, we hate that for you.
That's a smart thing to do.
We really hate that for you.
Okay, why don't, how much, because the other thing I was gonna say is, the court, what we could do is, if you wanted to get with Ms. Reese and do her deposition, and I can just take the deposition. That way, before, yeah, you take her, take her deposition before the 22nd, and what I'll rule is that she's the custodian of the records. You got the records today. We can take those in today as a custodian of the records and make the copies, and that way, if there's, because I'm assuming.
Okay, well, but that's and then if you can, I mean, if we can just put in the order then that I'm allowed to give Ms. Wright, if the records are not sufficient, I can give her notice of deposition,
So long as it
that she'll
happens
be
before,
required
because
to appear.
I would imagine the deposition wouldn't have to be very long.
Are they
They're not certified, are they, the records?
Will you take them?
Sure.
Will you take them as certified today?
Yeah, why don't you come on
Under
over,
oath.
we're still on the record, and, I mean, this is the custodian of the records. I can't imagine that council would have an objection that she's appearing, and so, would you raise your right hand for me? You swear firm testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, and you are?
Elizabeth Getz, assistant principal at Gower Elementary School.
Okay, and you have there the school records,
They asked me to bring behavior-related records, so
Okay.
that was my focus.
and those are kept in the normal course of business at the school,
Correct.
and the person who makes those recordings is under an obligation to record the matters truthfully.
Correct.
I think that, and those are true copies
They are.
of the behavior records. Okay, and they were made at the time of the incidents described therein, is that correct?
Yes, this packet is basically from our data warehouse.
Okay,
And then I'm not sure if these would be helpful, these are a little less. These are past report cards with behavior comments on them and
Okay.
past,
and so they've been, and those, like I said, those were made at the time,
yes,
and all that, everyone was under a business duty to report.
correct.
Okay.
And I just think, for the record, let's identify the child and the date of birth.
Yeah, and the child, this is regarding what the child's
July
name?
Gider, and I don't know her date of birth off.
Okay, that's the subject child. So what we will do, I will mark those as Exhibit A from today,
Okay.
and we'll submit them into the record. And,
And can I get a copy?
yeah, we'll make you a copy right now. Here's A. And, we'll make that a global A, and we'll make you a copy. So those are submitted, and then, and I'm gonna ask you this for the third time, and I apologize.
Yes.
What-
Elizabeth Getz.
Elizabeth Getz.
This was also requested, actually, it's just the teacher's behavior calendar.
GOETZ.
GOETZ, correct.
Okay, and that's a
That's a
record.
daily calendar of behavior that the teacher keeps in the classroom.
Okay, and that's part of the normal course of business at the school.
Correct.
Okay, and the person who recorded it is a person with firsthand knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, all right, we'll pick that part of A.
Perfect.
Okay, and all right.
I would like that email marked as Exhibit B, please.
Okay, we'll make that as B. Skip, you're not any relation to Malcolm Getz, are you, from Vanderbilt? You ever get that? I mean, that's an unusual last name. So.
Or Dave gets, not related to him either, I get that question a lot.
Okay, we'll make you a copy of this order just so you can.
And would you mind reflecting on there the witnesses that appeared in our?
Yeah, well, I'm just, they were under continuing subpoena, but let me go ahead and record. I've got Miss
Elizabeth
Getz
Getz.
and,
Tracy Rose with Camelot,
okay. Okay,
and Judith Mullins, Mullins with Camelot.
okay. Okay,
And Leanne Clark is here with DCS. We did not subpoena her, but
okay, Ms. Clark's here for DCS. Okay, all right. Thank you.
did you reflect in there that 2 exhibits were filed?
Yes.
Okay. And then on the, in 8:30 on the 22nd would be when you would commence.
Right, and I put that in the order.
So I have to do it whatever days,
Oh.
but everything is on there.
Okay, great.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you so much.
make a copy of that.
Leanne?
So what this is gonna reflect is it's getting continued to 12/20, and that way it'll appear on the judge's docket.
Your Honor, Ms. Reese sent a email asking if she can appear telephonically.
Well, it's a little late for that. So we're just gonna tell her that that got entered in order to take care of this morning's things and to communicate with us regularly if there's any issues. And then there's
Would you mind forwarding me a copy of what you responded to her email? Can I get that as well?
Judge, I'm asking your clerk to go ahead and forward to my office as well.
Okay.
She just received from Ms. Rice in her response, so
Okay.
I have that for the record.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And y'all can go.
Okay.
Hey, so you don't go anywhere, I'll be right back.
Okay.